So I think my relationship with rest is not very healthy.
From music to my life, to my personal life, that I just felt like, wow, I cannot take it anymore. I need to take a break.
I don't think I understood what rest was before I had my kid. Yeah.
I really enjoyed the day-to-day of running a business. So when people kind of say that, oh, I think you need to rest, I think you shouldn't try so hard, I'm like, by whose standards? You know, like.
We asked ourselves one simple question. Do we really know how to rest? And we realized we didn't. We'll be following 4 people from different walks of life over the course of 1 month as they ask themselves that very same question. The rules are simple. Spend an hour a week in the room, no phones allowed. Apart from that, there are no rules. Are you ready? Welcome to the Restroom.
Do I need to take out my shoes? Okay.
Okay.
I think this space reminds me of a time when I was a kid, at home. I think my parents were away or they were at work or something, and this is what we do, to rest. It was very simple. We didn't have phones back then. I'm Sarah. I'm just a regular schmegular person, but I've definitely experienced some very painful things in the last decade, and learning how to navigate my trust with people. Somewhere along the way I became a mom, a teacher. I teach, and I've never stopped living life despite being a parent in the way that I became one.
I saw a lot of fun stuff to do, but then I picked up some of the books which was quite cool. Saw a couple of business books which is generally my interest. It was nice to read. Generally love reading. My name is Joshua. I previously ran a company called Tune and Everdesk. 2 years ago, the company got acquired. So last year, August, was when I took my last step out of Tune. A lot of deep friendships were built there. I guess a large part of 6 years of my life, my identity was tied to the company. It was all I knew how to do and what to think about. So when that is taken out from my life, my calendar suddenly empty, and I had to rethink where do I want to invest my time. And I guess a large part of my life I didn't really think about that. So left a giant hole in my calendar.
Some music. It really makes me feel very excited about it because there's so many things to explore, different sorts of posters and music stuff. So I am Grace. What have I been up to? I've been pregnant. It's really quite relaxed compared to pre-pregnancy. accept that there are some things coming up that really makes me feel a bit anxious about it, which is like, family planning, house moving, ROM. Yeah, so there's a lot of things coming up that needs a bit of planning. I'm just taking things easy in a way, like day by day. The rules of the restroom, I know it was written by you guys, right? Then after I read that, then I was like, okay, maybe this is from the other person who participated in this. Yeah. Entire month, if I'm being honest, about what? Oh.
So I thought it was going to be like like an activity, I thought it'd be quite like, I didn't think I'd have the choice to do what I want to do. Never have I been on camera and like not talked or like catered to the camera. And this is definitely very refreshing. So I think I was very intrigued by the intention. Yeah, so I wanted to see like everything you placed here, yeah. And I wanted to see what I really wanted to do, just look around. I am Kiana. I am 21 this year. What I do, I make music. Like, firstly, I basically model and do ceramics and a lot of other things that I'm passionate about. But in general, it's the arts with music forward. Long story short, I've been working since I was very young. And since the start of me making music, which is now like about 5 years ago when I was 16, I have just like kind of continuously make more music, release more, gain more experience. Yeah, quite like rat race like, but with music, and I think I had that internal pressure. I think I had to make a very difficult decision to take a break. Everything good comes with sacrifice, but I sacrificed a lot on many fronts, from music to my life, to my personal life, that I just felt like I never really took the time to pause and do what was needed for myself. Yeah.
And you live in Singapore where it's like fast-paced, you have to be a go-getter. By the time you're 25, you have to secure down a job, and your hustle has to be straight, and you have to be earning a certain amount of money. I don't think I understood what rest was before I had my kid. Yeah, I became a mom in 2015. It was the scariest thing that has happened at that point. I had no idea what I was doing. I would say that being a mom like me, a single mom, is probably a lot more scarier. You have no idea where your support is going to come from. And if there's opposition to you having a kid, it means that you have now lost the kind of support that you thought you would have. So I wanted to help single moms find some kind of comfort, knowing that, I made this very difficult decision. I know that I'm going to lose a lot of things, but what can I gain, and how can I use the things that I've gained in a self-defining way? How will this change the next 10 years, 20 years of my life? I remember these. When I think about rest, I think about doing something that I love, that is so natural, God-given, and something innate. Learned now in my 30s that there's a lot of wisdom that needs to be applied with this whole thing around rest and being able to have capacity for the things that you want to do.
Can I really cook? Can cook, Okay. Thank you. Oh, wow, I don't know what to eat, man. Put the noodle, cook for 4 minutes. Wow. To lie down and do nothing, it's supposed to be a healthy and good rest. But I feel guilty about it. So that's why I say we have a very unhealthy relationship. I know that I'm not supposed to compare. When I just got pregnant, right, then when I was in my first trimester, I was almost like sleeping half the time. And because every single day, I want to vomit. And then that was when the comparison came in, like of this lady that I know, and I've seen her being heavily pregnant but really still working and hustling when we were on a work trip. So that was like my ideal perception of like a strong career woman who is pregnant but still able to finish her task and like her job and everything. You weigh the words you have in your head very differently. Everybody will tell me that you are growing a baby, you are growing a whole human, and that should be the heaviest weight that I should tell myself how important it is and how is it. Why is that the reason why I'm so tired all the time? But because I weigh the other one more, right? So I just tend to compare with that. Like, you cannot stop the thoughts coming in, but you can tell yourself in a conscious way that like, hey, this is just a thought and it's just a comparison that my brain is like auto-tuned to, but doesn't mean it's true and doesn't mean anything if I don't go and put meaning to it.
There is a very negative connotation to rest, at least in my world. Because that means we are not pushing, that means we are not hustling, right? The whole narrative is you work hard, even if you don't want to do it, you do it. If you are tired, that's like your mind being weak, like just chung.
Why do you think work is such a big part of identity for like not just you but for like many people?
You spend more time at work than with your loved ones generally. And on top of that, it is the easiest matrix to measure because it is money, right? Money is a tricky topic, but it is very measurable. It's something that if I work hard, I can see progress, I can earn more, and like my life will presumably be happier and better. I'm also a victim of this, right? It was an easier number to chase. When I was running the company, it's easy enough that you don't really need to think about what true happiness means to you. It's just a good enough number and metric to chase for, and if you get there, you can presumably be happier. So I guess that's why it's easy to tie your identity to work and to convince yourself that you are not doing this purely for the money, you are doing this because like it is my identity.
It surprisingly passed really quickly because I guess I took almost 40 minutes to finish my food and cooking. And I think I really enjoyed the time also because I always buy books, but I don't really plan time to properly read it. I think these are the moments that are always very enriching because you're out of your phone, right? You just don't get distracted and you just really get to reading. Yeah. So one thing about me, right, is that when I read books, I will tend to forget. So I was very happy when I see that there's like papers and I can write something to remind myself or to put it here. So it says big things are possible when you believe what you are doing. It's a very inspiring book that I read just now.
I think they felt like shorter than an hour. I liked it a lot. There's this like constant pressure to like do something or fill your space or whatever, or there's responsibilities and commitments. My mind is running like 24/7. I think I'm in a very elevated space now. Like there's a lot of anxiety. So I think this hour has really just like allowed me to breathe a bit. Yeah, and just like kind of reconnect with the very simple beauties of life. It does its job lah. Like it's definitely a restroom. I'm definitely looking forward to coming back for the next few weeks.
I was just sitting here thinking, I think my daughter needs to experience something like this. Instead of being bombarded with her screen time all the time. I'm looking forward to really understanding what rest means to me as I talk and process this with you guys. And then also, I'm looking forward to hopefully sharing this with other moms who need it. Yeah. Instead of always being pressed to achieve something, I want them to understand that it's okay to take an hour or two away to get it together.
Yeah, generally it was quite nice. I think I'm not very used to being so silent. Made me fall asleep pretty fast. Maybe I didn't find it, but I thought it would be a good time to like journal or like write stuff, but didn't see any pen and paper. Or oopsie. yeah, but I thought, yeah, that would be a good thing to do. Yeah. There is always something that needs to be done at home, right? You need to do your laundry, you need to clean the table, you need to do the dishes, you need to walk the dog. There are a lot of things that you generally cannot be at rest. But here it's, yeah, there's nothing to distract me.
Doing this is pretty timely. I think it really happened when I really needed it. Every week, I'm like using this as like a milestone.
I've been single for 9 years. There was never an interest. I think post what happened, and pretty much settled on just being single. I wasn't like, oh, I need to find somebody. You juggle between being yourself to being something that somebody depends on. You're wearing hats, man. Hats on hats on hats.
But here are some of the names. Because I just got to know there is a baby girl yesterday. Yeah! So these are some names.